2nd and 10. Drills. Oh, he's hit by Gary Powell. He got it off to Sensor, and Sensor's going to go all the way for the touchdown. And there's a flag, but what the flag is about is roughing the passer. Dills was hit so hard as he threw the ball, but it doesn't even matter. He's still complete. Toss they elect to receive. Rick Danmeyer approaching the football, and this game is underway. That's Rick Kane from the 5-yard line. He led the NFC in kickoff returns a couple of weeks ago, and now out to the 23-yard line. 23-yard line. That is Sims in motion. Danielson back to throw. Setting up the screen, complete to Bussey. Bussey to the 25, and Dexter Bussey will bring it out to the 28-yard line. He would be able to go today, and Keith Nord would replace him, but he is in there. This is Dexter Bussey going nowhere on a 2nd down and 5. James White, their #1 draft pick in 76, is on the stop. That forward wall. 3rd down and 5. Danielson to Sims. Sims trying to turn the corner. Mullaney getting chased. Mullaney has it and help ride. A big hit by Kurt Knopf. 10 men to be exact. Back deep is Eddie Payton. A big rush. But Aney gets it off to Eddie Payton, the brother of Walter. He has it at the 34. He gets away from Leonard Thompson, and he's going to bring it out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Comes Sammy White. Give to Brown, and Brown gets away from one tackler to the 41. He got away from Jimmy Allen, a safety who came up on the blitz, and then Ken Fantetti, the middle linebacker, made the stop. And he dislocated it, and it's sore. It hurts when he takes the snap. And that time it didn't look all that good as he tried to hit Ahmad Rashad on 2nd down 10. As Joe Sensor is in motion, goes Terry LeCount from the shotgun. Kramer complete to Ricky Young, and Young is apparently just short of the 1st down. Back deep as the single safety for the Detroit Lions. No score, just underway at Coleman to Arnold. Arnold makes a fair catch at the last second. He waited almost too long. Keith Nord, 49, was right on top of him. And at the last instant, Freddie Scott in motion. Danielson gives off to Dexter Bussey. And a lot of congestion. That's Scott Studwell. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Daniel, Sims comes out of there, though. That time Sims and the exchange ran into Gary Danielson, but he still was able to pick up some yardage to the 19. 3rd down now, 2 yards to go. In motion is Dexter Bussey. Danielson back, lots of time to throw, and he hits Freddie Scott for the 1st down. Ball resting at the 28-yard line. Danielson on the 1st down. Little pressure to Dexter Bussey. Fred McNeil was breathing down his back, and Bussey, I think, took a look at number 54, and he forgot to catch the football. Danielson off to Bussey. Bussey trying to get outside. He's going to make it to the 31, and that's all in this play for Minnesota. Danielson back. Protection breaking down. By Dave Roller, number 76, and also Randy Holloway. Scordaney coming in here 3rd in the NFC in punting. Eddie Payton gonna let it hit. It takes a Detroit bounce and will be down at the 33-yard line. The backfield, Brown along with Ricky Young. Kramer wants to throw back to the other side. He has Ahmad Rashad at the 40-yard line, and he's going to be a couple of yards short of the 1st down at the 42. Who would be starting at the linebacker spots, and of course the quarterback spot. Here's Ted Brown with a 1st down run. Brown to the 48-yard line. Tommy Kramer. There's a give to Brown again, and this time he is really belted. Good reaction by the Detroit Lions. They may have picked up a half yard, and that's all. And Young, again, the running backs behind Tommy Kramer. Kramer on the 2nd down, again wanting to roll out. And he's going to try to hit Joe Sensor, but he was double covered. Now, 8 yards to go from the 49. High snap. There's a little pitch to Brown. Brown to the 35, the 30. Brown to the 20. He's to the 15-yard line. That is a little pitch up the middle where they've actually marked the football. Kramer off to Ricky Young. Young gets 2 to the 15-yard line, and that's all. And Teddy again over there. It replaced him, but Hamilton's in today. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Brown's in trouble. He's thrown for a loss by James Hunter. 3rd down, 14 yards to go. Kramer. Robert Miller. Make that Sammy White. Correction. Sammy White making the catch. Young and Brown in the backfield. I don't know. I don't think he he got it. Do you?
No, that's
he
close.
did not. Left in this first quarter, no score. Dexter Bussey, Mark Mulaney's there. That's a couple of fine plays Mulaney's had. Second down now, 13 yards to go. Sims dangerously close to the end zone. Brings it out to the 9. Will it bring up? Third down and just about 9 yards to go. Third down, 9 as we come to the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. Danielson airing it out, trying to hit. Leonard Thompson, and he got it. What a catch. Leonard Thompson with a remarkable catch at the midfield stripe. It's the Lions, the field position they have been missing in the early going. Danielson intended for Jesse Thompson. That time, Nate Wright defending had coverage on it very well. A half-game lead over Tampa in the Central Division. Inside Hunter, the ball has been fumbled, and Minnesota has recovered. Studwell running out of there with it, but it's been blown dead at the 48-yard line. Make it the 47-yard line, and that is a big turnover in this football game. Let's look at it again. Sims just couldn't seem to hang on here. Looks like that was White that reached in and batted it away. Had 2 fumbles last week. Minnesota takes over throw 47. Kramer on first down. Ahmad Rashad, and they're going to give him the catch just at the 46-yard line. Second down and 3. Ricky Young and congestion, and Stan White on the attack. Also Bill Gay. You can start explaining anytime. Here's Kramer back. Rashad and Wade Smith made a fine play. Here's Coleman to kick again. His first one a 37-yarder. Back deep is John Arnold. Hits it high. Arnold's going to let this one go out of bounds, and they're going to like this one. Minnesota, and Greg Coleman has kicked that ball out of bounds at the 7, possibly the 8-yard line. 9 seconds left in this first quarter. No score. This is Sims. Bussey with the lead block, and Sims gets a yard, and that's all. Out for the year, the number 1 draft pick out of Penn State. Inside handoff to Sims. Sims finds a little running room, but it's very, very begrudgingly given up as he's out to the 13-yard line. John Turner, Scott Studwell combining on the tackle.
Did you notice the swarming type of defense that the Vikings have shown so far today?
Pass from number 16, Gary Danielson. He crosses him up, but he doesn't fool him. Dexter Bussey. They're expecting the pass in Minnesota, and in particular, James White stayed home, and they read that as well as you can. A lot of time on this play. Spadini hits it very low. Didn't get a lot of it, but he does get a bounce, and that's going to help Detroit as it moves inside the 40-yard line of Minnesota. So at the 39, the Vikings will set it up. Minnesota and Tommy Kramer. No score in our game. Ted Brown, and Brown just across the 40, and that's all for this game, because if Minnesota doesn't win and Tampa Bay gets beat, Detroit's in great shape. Here's Brown on a second down and 9. Up to the 45. Hit very hard, but he has a first down just short of the 50. 0-0. Baltimore, of course, playing Detroit next week. Here's Ricky Young, and Ricky Young for 3 yards. You can again see the gang tackling by this Detroit team. Detroit came in here number 3 in the NFC overall defensively. Second down and 6. Kramer on a play action. And that's Ahmad Rashad, and that's a first down grab at the 37-yard line. Now 3 for 25 today. First down, Ricky Young. And Young keeps pumping the legs inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Go until halftime. Sammy White in motion. A give to Ted Brown. And Brown is very close to the first down. And now less than a yard to go. Ricky Young, and Young with a second effort got the first down. He initially did not appear to have it, but he was able to slide to the outside and pick up the first down. Way in downtown Minneapolis. Here's Kramer back on first down. Baker putting on pressure, and he got him. Bubba Baker now with 7.5 sacks for the year. Second down, 17 after that sack by Baker. Kramer back, protection there this time. A shot. Rashad to the 17-yard line. You can see everybody in tight. He's going to throw. Kramer. The Censor the tight end with a first and goal inside the 10-yard line. They really like this Joe Censor. Here's Ricky Young, has a block from Hamilton, but it's not going to do anything. You see Bubba Baker back in there. 7.5 minutes to go. On a second and goal from the 9, Kramer. A lot of faking going around, and he hits his man. Rashad had it for a moment. Rashad had it for an instant. And Ted Brown, the running backs behind Kramer. Kramer on third down. Sammy White broken up that time by Oldham. Wayne Smith, he was behind Smith, but Ray Oldham, who had 2 interceptions in a game earlier against off Rick Kane and Ken Calicut. Back deep for the Detroit Lions. This will be Calicut from the 10-yard line. From the 20. 25, he has some blockers. 30, 35, 40, fumble the football. And Fred McNeil is down there for Minnesota. Did he get it? He did. Calicut, I want to see this one again. Over number 2 against the Lions. Here comes Ted Brown. Inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 4. Things 6.5 minutes to go until halftime. There's a give to Miller, who just checked in. He's being chased by Fantetti and also Charlie Weaver and Wayne Smith.
Robert Miller, the ball carrier.
And he's inside the 35 to the 34. Turnovers, which Detroit would just as soon not have. Here's Kramer back on 3rd down. A long 3. He hits Miller, and Miller is hit immediately by Hunter.
Let the Vikings cross him up and get a first down on him here.
And so, let's see what happens. It's going to hit and make it into the end zone for the touchback. With not the real great field position from the 20-yard line. Coming out trailing 3-0. Billy Sims, 25, picks up 7 to the 27-yard line. Freddie Scott in motion. Danielson, who can run around very well. To Scott, what a catch. What a catch by Scott for the first down at the 41-yard line. 21 yards, first down. Danielson to Leonard Thompson. Thompson to the 45. Thompson to the 50. And that'll be another first down for Detroit. They're starting at left guard most of the year. Danielson back, has to get rid of it in a hurry. Jesse Thompson, did he catch it? He didn't even see the football. He couldn't because Danielson was having to throw the ball before he wanted to. Thompson looked and the ball was in his hands before he saw it. Now Danielson of the troops looking very sharp. Here's Dexter Bussey. He gets away from Holloway. Bussey with a first down to the 32-yard line. Sims, the running back's behind him. And a mishandled snap from center, and Minnesota has it. That's the 3rd turnover in this game against the Lions. At center, there's a different center exchange. Plagues him there. This is Ted Brown. Brown to the 40. He may go. 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Dan Meyer. Boy, what a reversal in this game. Even further and all the way for 6 points. Illegal procedure. I think that's the first penalty of the game, isn't it? Dan Meyer's kick is up. And Dan Meyer has given Minnesota a 10-0 lead. Quarter ball club. Dan Meyer, and it's going to be Calicut again. He fumbled the last one, and he's going to fumble this one. He gets on it, and he hammered at the 15-yard line. From the 16, Danielson gets it out to Dexter Bussey, has a block to the 20, 25, and he'll bring it out to the 27-yard line with 1:34 left in this half. Out to the 27. Danielson ready to go again. 1:20 left in the first half. Freddie Scott, can he stay in? Can't make the catch and stay in and do both at the same time. Danielson stepping up as Mulaney goes by him, tries to hit Dexter Bussey. That was Keith Nord, 49, defending on the play at the 39-yard line. Got Jesse Thompson flanked out. Danielson tries to hit Bussey again, and the same coverage by Keith Nord. That hit the 107 mark. Here comes a rush. Spladini hit a beauty. He really got into that one. Payton goes back at the 21-yard line. He gets a block from Turner. He is going to go down at the 25-yard line. Here's Kramer giving off to Ted Brown. Brown having Weaver after him, Gay after him. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Kramer 12 of 17, 172 yards, wanting to throw on 2nd and 10. Ted Brown again, and Brown having a big first half. First down at the 40-yard line. Kramer on the first down, stepping up. He tries to hit Ricky Young, and that will stop the clock with 27 seconds. One team. 3rd down, 2nd down, correction, 10. Kramer over the middle, censor the intended receiver at the 50-yard line, and now it is a 3rd down. 10 from the 40. There's your time. You see it in the upper right-hand portion. Kramer's down by Baker. Baker with his 2nd sack of the day. Seaman 50, the man back blocking. Low snap. Coleman hits it. Beauty. He got all of that one. Arnold at the 16-yard line. 20. And it's knocked out loose, and it's fumbled, and Minnesota has it again. Snap, the kick by Dan Meyer. It's no good. So the turnover does not cost the Detroit Lions any points.
And 31 for Minnesota, so not much of a rushing game for either team.
And one stat we didn't put up is 4 turnovers by the Detroit Lions. Back deep, Eddie Payton, and Payton's going to bring it out for the Minnesota Vikings. He's out to the 15, to the 17-yard line. Yard line now. First down, Minnesota. Tommy Kramer, far side, intended for Ricky Young behind him. Second down, 10. Kramer gives off to Young. And Young out to the 25-yard line. He's 2 yards short of the first down. Third down and 2. Kramer rolling out. Hits his man, Ted Brown, and Brown looks like he has a first down. Smith walking off on his own power. First down now. Kramer giving off to Ricky Young. Nothing developed on that play. Dave Purifoy reacting well. Kramer with protection. And a little bit short. In motion to the near side. On the shotgun on a 3rd and 11. Kramer running. In trouble. Flag. Baker. Oh, Bubba Baker put him down.
Of a holding situation.
You know, that's an in-lead. Coleman. Arnold coming over. Oh, look out. He's got it. And he is hit immediately. Arnold that time just kind of falling on the ball. It's the best field position now Detroit has had after the exchange of a punt. And Danielson, I don't know who he's trying to hit on that play. Sims was on a pattern down the middle of the field. They were a running team at that time. Here's Dexter Bussey, and Bussey picks up 4 yards to the 49. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Keith Nord, who last week ran a free kickback 70 yards for a touchdown, in on that tackle. At the top of the screen, Thompson to the bottom. Danielson, David Hill, a big tight end, and that's his first catch of the game. Play action, first down by Danielson. Matt Blair. Oh, picked up. This is Kurt Knopf, and Knopf to the 10. 5, touchdown. This has been a day of big plays. Reception of the year. All of a sudden it's 16-0, and now 17-0. Lips.
I don't want to.
Ken Calicut. Calicut to the 15, out to the 20. He hangs on this time to the 23-yard line. 5 turnovers in the game for Detroit. Dexter Bussey. And Bussey brings it out across the 20 to the 27-yard line. A little bit until about the last 4 games of the year. There's a hit. Dexter Bussey really pounded that time. Anderson would like to get this one going. Sims, and he's hit by Matt Blair. What a play by this Pro Bowler. Blair, who earlier precipitated that interception by Kurt Knopf. Skladany to kick from the 10-yard line. Eddie Payton's going to let it hit at the 40, and it bounds back up to the 42-yard line. Off to Ted Brown. Brown has a lead block, and he has some running room across that 45, close to the 48-yard line. Kramer to Brown, and Brown this time doesn't get a lot. It was very equal in that first quarter. Back to throw. Kramer out to Brown, and there is a tackle missed, and Brown is going to get a first down, I believe. Let's see. Very, very close. Ricky Young. Young inside the 40 to the 39. That's a good 8-yard pickup on the play. Charlie Weaver made the stop. Miami Dolphins replacing Swilly. Here's Ricky Young going for the first down on a 2nd and 2. Very close to getting it. Eddie Cole now in at middle linebacker making the tackle for the Detroit Lions. That's William Gay, 2 of Detroit. Kramer. Scrambling away. He has a 9-yard touchdown. Ricky Young. Kramer doing an excellent job of rolling around and throwing to the open man, and Ricky Young
Got the first down for him?
I guess. Point after attempt by Danmar. He drills it. It's a 24-0 game now in this game. Another score we're watching. Pittsburgh still leads Tampa 24-21 with a little over 4 minutes left in that game. Ken Calicut to bring it out to the 20, 25, 30, 32-yard line. First down at the 32. Danielson on the first down. Up the field, he hits his man, and that's Leonard Thompson, and that'll be a first down. Thompson struggling, finally stopped at the 45-yard line. It's the top of the screen. First down. Danielson off to Jesse Thompson. Thompson is going to struggle and lose the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Boy, that ball has been tough to hang on. Again, not having a lot of yards in the rushing game. Danielson running for his life, and I mean literally. He is really dumped at the 26. He's getting up, kind of shaking the arm. Sims last week had only 37 yards rushing. Danielson in trouble, and he's dropped. That's Keith Nord again.
Hands up. They've all of a sudden come along with a couple of safety blitzes, and the Lions weren't ready for it.
Kicked now by Skladany. Eddie Payton with a fair catch at the 25-yard line.
Vikings 4-5.
On first down, Kramer to throw. Sets up a screen to Ted Brown. Brown gets around Stan White. White doubles back and makes the tackle. This particular juncture, the Vikings leading at 24-0. Kramer, that rollout again to Joe Sensor, the tight end for the first down. And that looks like they could run that play successfully all afternoon long. Kramer on play action to Rashad. He makes the catch. And that appears to be just short of the first down. Going for the first down, Ricky Young, and he has it at the 50-yard line. Chicago very much in the picture again. Ricky Young, that will be for no gain. Minnesota on their way here to a win. Kramer, complete to Rashad, his sixth catch of the afternoon, and what a move to the 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds at the 18-yard line. He's done for today. First down from the 18-yard line. Kramer back. That's intended for Rashad. God, split out. Kramer on the second. Blitz by Oldham. Safety blitz by Ray Oldham. In this third quarter. Third down, 20 yards to go.
There it is.
Double again to Brown. This time doesn't gain as much. Earlier it went for 34 yards to the yarder. From 38 yards away, Dan Meyer didn't get it. So Dan Meyer missed one just before the end of the first half, and seconds left in this third quarter. Danielson to Freddie Scott. Last play of the third quarter. Second down, 10. Danielson is going to be sacked. And that is Duck White, number 72. To Tampa Bay, 24-21. Third down and 19, and Danielson is smothered. Gary Danielson with Mark Mullaney, 77, jumping with joy.
Crossword puzzle, isn't it?
Mike White the snap from center, and it is almost blocked. Eddie Payton. Payton to the 40, 35, runs into his own man and is dropped. We have a man shaken up in the end zone. That's Matt Blair. He collided. The punter went down too. Let's look at it. We have a replay on it, and let's reconstruct what happened around this punt.
But the man that hit him was blocked into the punter, so they can't call a penalty, as Blair was blocked into Skladany, and he's the one that got hurt. It'll be Minnesota's ball.
Blocked into him, so that was not a roughing the kicker. Kramer on a first down to Sammy White. And White hit very hard that time. Jimmy Allen making the stop. Dills, who we thought was going to start the game, is now the quarterback. An end around to Joe Sensor. And the big tight end is hit by William Gay. Boy, Gay in the last couple of plays have been after people. Here's Dills, his first pass, and he has Ricky Young. And Ricky Young inside the 15 will bring up third down and 5-yard line. 24-0 Minnesota. Dills looking for his man to make his cut. That being Terry LeCount. And he just kind of fired it away. And flags everywhere on that play. Discussion going on, and it's offside against Detroit. Guard line area. Dills to Ricky Young. Young trying to turn the corner, and that's Bill Gay again on the stop. Sir is split out as the tight end to the bottom of the screen. Dills back as time hits Young, and Stan White tackles him. Dills on a quick hitter, and Brown doesn't get it done because Mendenhall was there. And that's what he looks at as he is going to get that one. Tell you what, though, he used all the left side of it, didn't he, to get it through. 35, the difference. A 27-yard field goal by Joe Danella. Boy, this has been an interesting season. Rick Kane on this kickoff. Kane out to the 25. A flag has been thrown as he brings it out across to the 33, but a flag way back at the 20-yard line. Today, they've really played a complete football game. Danielson back. First down, and the completion is going to be for the first down. 5-2. I know the Lions would like to avert this shutout. Here's Danielson back, scrambling, and he can run with the best. 25, and he'll go out of bounds there. Tackle made by Nate Wright. Place in the West. On the 25, Rick Kane, who's now in there, and Kane brings it out to the 30 at 11 for 95. Danielson back on a 3rd and 3, and he's just throwing that down the field and almost intercepted by Nate Wright.
Last week, Skadany completed a pass, but I don't think he'd try it now because they were waiting for
beauty
it.
This time. Very fine kick. Peyton going to throw a block, and that ball is going to be killed inside the 5-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful kick by Tom Skladany. And his distance on that one will be 62 yards. Well, wait a minute. Now they're saying 67 yards. After a 67-yard kick by Skladany. And bringing it out, Ricky Young placing Kramer, who was shaken up. Kramer with 295 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And Ted Brown, who's had an excellent day. Minute right offensive tackle, number 71 for Minnesota, as Brown breaks out to the 24-yard line. Just about a half yard to go. Here's Brown again. And look at that cut. What a nifty cut that was. And he has a first down. Yards. First down. Dill. Wide open is Terry LeCount. And LeCount has a first down. Minnesota. Dills to White. Wayne Smith defending on the play. 2nd and 10. Dills. Oh, he's hit by Gary Powell. He got it off the Sensor, and Sensor's going to go all the way for the touchdown. And there's a flag, but what the flag is about is roughing the passer. Dills was hit so hard as he threw the ball, but it doesn't even matter.
Watch the receivers upfield. They crisscross. A perfect crisscross, and there's Sensor out there with a catch. Jimmy Allen misses a key tackle again as Sensor goes in for the touchdown, and Dills took the hit. It was a penalty, but it didn't matter. I'm sure they love to refuse it.
Here has followed in on him. Dan Meyer makes it 34-0.
Afterwards.
Dan Meyer kicking off. Rick Kane out of San Jose State. Not going to bring it out. And so from the 20-yard line, and I think today has proved that. Here's Danielson back. Oh, is he hit? A flag roughing the passer. He got the pass off to Freddie Scott for a first down, and Danielson is hurt.
Personal foul, number 77, roughing the passer, first down.
Yes.
Here's Danielson, quick pitch and end around, reverse fumbled and picked up by Leonard Thompson. That's one of the few that bounced for the Lions. And Thompson stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark his forward progress back at the 48-yard line. 5:03 left. 3rd down, 6. Danielson pressure again. Somehow he gets rid of it, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down and 12, Danielson trying somehow to keep it going, and he hits Horace King. Fine catch by King, and that will be enough for the first down. Crowd, they're really fired up right now. 34-0, the home team winning, and Danielson is just getting belted back there. 2nd down, 19. And here he goes again. This is Doug Martin, the big rookie, number 79 out of Washington. 3rd and 24. And he completes the pass, but of course they have a long ways to go. 2:17 left in the game. Oh, we can add another one. Doug Sutherland left. Hills gives up, and that's Doug Pascal, the rookie out of North Carolina. Minnesota, Sammy White in motion. Steve Dills. Dills intended for Robert Miller. As Steve Dills Gets this one to Terry LeCount, and LeCount goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Get Tommy Kramer. What a job he's done today. There's Pascal again, and look at this rookie. You mentioned earlier you were impressed how quickly he comes off the ball, and there's another example of it. Now taking a 14-0 lead over Los Angeles. Here's Pascal again. And Pascal is hit by Gary Cobb, and forward progress to the 28-yard line. You see the time, less than 30 seconds left in the game. As Pascal not giving up on this one. Driving forward, it'll bring up a third down. A resounding win here today for Minnesota. 34-0, and John, it's going to raise a few eyebrows throughout the league.
The Vikings seem to have arrived. Whether they have arrived in time remains to be seen.
And so Minnesota now at 5-5 for the year. With this win, they split with Detroit for the season, and Detroit hasn't won here since 1974. 34-0 for Johnny Morris. I'm Gary Bender. Brent Musburger and Irv Cross will be updating you with scores and highlights. So long from the Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Bud Grant with another win. His Vikings win it 34-0.
Palmer, quarterback's got a better arm.
Right on. Better than a pitcher? Namath, you've been out of the game too long.
Hey, that's enough talk, fellas. Let's let Flash decide.
Flash?
Yeah.
Flash is an electronic game for all-around competitors.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Flash tests your timing, reflexes, memory, and accuracy because Flash is programmed for 5 challenging games. Flash keeps score for up to 5 players, and super shots mean super bonus points. Flash with 5 electronic games.
It's a great game. From Ideal.